Horace Liu joins us, CEO at Gogoro, live out of Taipei. Horace, great to see you again. Welcome back. Always a pleasure having you on the show. So congratulations on the deals, the two deals in China. And I think what's interesting is one is China's biggest two-wheeled EV maker. The other is China's biggest petrol-powered EV maker. So I guess, you can't find better partners. But more to the point, you're going in partnering with these two companies and therefore not necessarily competing. That's an interesting strategic choice. Talk us through that.
Yeah, thank you so much, Martin, for having me on the show. And Sri, back in June, we announced our partnership with Yadi, the world's largest two-wheel electric vehicle maker, and Dachangjiang, China's largest ICE two-wheel maker, in a partnership to go into China. Think of us really as the Android of EV. We empower our OEM to create vehicle types and offer customers lots of choices that fits their need, while at the same time our technology provides an underlying platform that enable companies and riders to have a better, safer, more convenient electrical vehicle ownership experience. And we've done that in Taiwan. When we started in Taiwan, it was less than 1% market share that the EV had amongst all the other type of vehicles, and now it's 10%. And together with Yamaha, Taiwan Suzuki, Aeon Motor, as well as several other more OEMs, we're now grew the market to 10%, and battery swapping is 97% of that. So we're eager to take this idea and this technology into China, and Hangzhou is just the first rock into the ocean that is going to ripple to the other cities and much bigger markets, in the very near future here.
All right, sounds good. Sounds like this is just the beginning. But I mean, just off the top of my head, Horace, the thing that I wonder is, in terms of your battery swapping technology, your system, how wide are the moats? How high are the barriers to entry? And how concerned are you about your technology, your patents, et cetera, being safe as you expand into China? Because, I mean, let's be blunt here. As we all know, there are still a lot of issues with intellectual property theft in China and copycatting, no?
Yeah. What's interesting with, Yadi and Dachangjiang is that this is a deal that is a long time in the making, about 18 to 24 months. And, through that process, we did a lot of technical due diligence, feasibility and financial due diligence as to the, going into those markets. And after even assessing local, what you call, quick copy or copycat solutions that might be a little cheaper to deploy, these large players ended up with Gogoro as the choice to deploy. Because when you deploy the infrastructure, not only is cost a big concern, but safety, quality, durability, and operational know-how and technology all plays to try and get the network as optimized as possible. And I'm very proud to have somebody like Yadi and somebody like Dachangjiang validate our technology and bring us in partnership into Hangzhou. We're going to start Hangzhou with 45 stations and very quickly build to 80 stations by the end of this year. And then go into Wuxi, which is Yadi's hometown, and then quickly after that to many cities across China. And our partnership, as you mentioned, is really empowering our partner to do what they're really great at the same time letting Gogoro service and provide the platform of something that we're great at, which is swap and go. And for them, they have 50,000 combined. Their 50,000 retail outlets, and no better partners can speed up their deployment quicker than they can.
Horace, does this partnership mean you can price more competitively?
Absolutely. Yadi announced 3 vehicles yesterday, 2 of which are immediately available in the market at about 3,500 to 4,200 renminbi, which is in line with, if not even slightly more cost effective than their charge at home counterparts. Of course, they built over, I believe this year target is about 16 million vehicles that all use the traditional plug-in tether charging. And, very quickly, they're going to convert all of that to Gogoro Swap and Go. And through that process, we are able to remove the battery from the overall cost of material and let the consumer swap the battery instead of charging at home and paying for that battery. They're paying fractionally, through fractional ownership and the swapping experience. This makes their vehicle both more affordable when comparing to the tether charging model, but also at the same time, as you will probably see with the vehicle, they're more innovative, more, they can bring more to the table because now they don't have to include battery into the overall bill of material when they sell the vehicle. So it's better for the consumer, better for the OEM, and certainly great for Gogoro because we're able to bring our technology into China in partnership with them.
Horace, some are describing it as an energy crisis. What does this spike in oil and gas prices tell you about the transition and the journey to net zero emissions, and where do EVs fit into that narrative?
Yeah, and I think, what's unique about Gogoro is that we charge batteries. That means that we can charge batteries anytime we plan to be better for the grid. So in the case of, rolling blackout or brownouts, we don't have to worry about that. Consumers bring in, riders bring in their depleted batteries, swap out for a full one. And then through the next several hours or next day or so, we plan and figure out when is it best to charge for the grid and only take energy when energy is available. We charge and hold until the next customer comes along and swaps out. With the, as you said, with the raising gas prices, it is actually going to help tip the consumers over to electric, especially when what we're doing is, in turn, kind of about the same price per kilometer as gas, but with all the side benefits of electric. So, less noise pollution, less heat pollution, less immediate, street side air pollution. All of that will add up to be, much healthier and safer for our customers everywhere. And by going into China with Yadi and Dachangjiang, we're able to bring the scale up and in turn bring the cost down, and then go ahead and deploy into many other later on, as we develop further.
Yeah. Yeah, Horace, teaming up with these two giants, right? Does it also give you cover in the sense that, batteries are sort of, batteries are things you don't see, right? You see the Chinese branded either EV two-wheeler or ICE two-wheeler. Nobody looks at the battery, right? I'm wondering here, how much risk is there, conversely, that, you could fall afoul of what China actually wants to do, which is create national champions? I don't know whether they have that plan in terms of batteries or not, and especially as a Taiwan company, given what's going on between the U.S. and China right now, how do you think about it? How do you deal with that potential risk?
That's a great question, Martin. I think, the way we think about it is that we're really an enabling technology that allows, the business leaders like Yadi and Dachangjiang to embrace battery swapping and taking it into the market. We're the underlying, platform technology, just like Android, just like Microsoft, just like the Qualcomms of the world or the Googles of the world, then enable these giants to build the business. And at the end of the day, the partnership company is it's a three-way partnership between, Yadi, Dachangjiang, and Gogoro, in which we play a technology provider role while they play a consumer-facing and an operational role of the network. When we first started, we weren't really thinking about borders or thinking about politics or anything like that. We just know that the world needs to change for the better. And carbon neutrality is something we have to get to. And before we get to that, there's a lot of immediate problems within cities today. People are dying of lung cancer within large cities. People are suffering every day from pollution. The heat, the temperature of these cities are rising when the population is growing, uncontrollably. We got to, as innovators and business leaders, provide solution that can solve that. And in this particular case, we are holding hand in hand with the largest giants, not only in China with Yadi and Dachangjiang, but also the world's largest ICE or gasoline-powered vehicle maker, Hero Motorcorp in India, which has coverage in 40 other countries. And we're just excited to bring our technology that we've been developing over the last 10 years in Taiwan into these markets.
You tied up with some formidable partners. Horace, are you happy with the current state of battery technology, or do you think hydrogen fuel cells provides a more sustainable solution?
I think hydrogen is great for long haul, but it still has the problem of distribution, right? Anytime you need energy, it's not there. You have to kind of truck it there, or you have to generate there. And that all takes, time and money to do. While what we, in the Gogoro system, we're deploying what we call Go stations, these battery distribution vending stations. They're popping up almost like, think of them as almost like Coca-Cola machines. All I need is, tap the power of the local transformer, local power source, and then off I go. And the station is connected via 4G or 5G automatically back to our server. So the deployment can be very, very quick. We're able to deploy the stations in Hangzhou, the 45 stations, within less than a month. That's several a day. You can't do that with other technology. Electric still, it's something that people accept. And when it comes to battery technology, we're at a point where the density of energy with battery is now meeting the customer expectation. It might not be as high as gasoline still today, but a lot of people will also tell you that, a tank of gas is just too much. You don't, it lasts them well over a week or 2 weeks. In our case, in Taiwan, our customer swaps every 3.5 days. In China, with the Yadi vehicle, is well over 100 kilometers between swaps. 100 kilometers, lasts plenty of commute miles.
Okay, so no range anxiety, understood. So Horace, strategically, right, partnered with, you can't get any bigger in terms of their partners in China. You've teamed up with Hero in India. So you're talking about the first and second biggest two-wheeler EV markets in the world. What about Southeast Asia, though? That's not small. That's number 3 on the list here. You've got money from GoTo of Indonesia, also from Temasek, the Singapore state investor. But so far, no concrete plans. What can you tell us about your plans for Southeast Asia?
Well, it's a huge market for two-wheelers. Over 500 million. People don't realize that. More than 50% of all urban commute miles done every day is done on two-wheelers. There's 500 million of them just in China and India and Taiwan alone. 63 million vehicles are sold annually. Compared to the four-wheel market, which is about 80 million, that's 80% of the volume, not counting Southeast Asia. Now, of course, Southeast Asia is gigantic. And through the partnership, through the investment of GoTo into our most recent SPAC announcement through the PIPE, of course, Southeast Asia is in the discussion now. And just like we did with Yadi and Dachangjiang, we're going to plan very well as to how to enter into China. Just like that, we're going to plan very well as to how we're going to go into Southeast Asia. Because quite honestly, building an infrastructure, you get one shot at it. And we got to do it right the first time.
Horace, great conversation. Thank you very much indeed for those insights. Horace Luke there off Gogoro.